Hello. Oh, hey. So, well, let's get started, I guess. All right. We are live stream starting up. Coding session. What are we gonna code? Slow. Let's see, what are we gonna do next? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello. Coffee time. So yeah, move this around a bit. All right. I think this lifted this chair up a bit. Might need to adjust this a little bit. There we go. There we go. So we've got our coding session. We're getting kind of started today on the mobile operating system stuff. Yes, so where do we even start this? Where do we start something like this? Jeez. I guess we kind of started with kind of like general guidance, like document, not document, like a high level document, right? We want a high level document that kind of outlines the project, and then we want to kind of break it down into I guess some form of structure around, let's see, some form of structure around, say, what do you call it? Something like we've got the different parts of the project. We've got obviously the schedule of which we want to complete it. So there's that. So yeah, I guess that's it. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get the ball rolling. So what I want to do, open a page, get a new document. I mean, really, we don't need a pages document. That's just too hard to manage. Let's just go, what do we want? We'll get a new note. Surely there's a way to do new notes easy. What do we call it even? I mean, what do we call this project? Quasar. I had that Quasar? No. It was something OS. OS. So, it was like there was a security thing. It was maybe private. It was like a Latin word I was thinking of. Invisios. Oh, I'm not sure. What was it? It was like a Latin word for what? A Latin word for, let's go Latin. Let's go Google Translate. I think Google Translate. I had Latin here. I had history. English to Latin. Privatos. Yeah, that's it. That's privatos. Privatos. All right, let's call privatos. Privat. It's privat os. Latin for private. So I'm gonna create. Let's jump onto notes again. New folder. It's like it sounds like privatos. Privat OS. All right, here we go. New note in our notes. So, high level notes. So what do we have? This is just brain dump, right? So we just get a brain dump. Develop low level OS. All right, there we go. So what do we need? We develop a low level OS which provides unbreakable security for personal communication, personal text communication. All right, so what do we want to do? I don't want video, I don't want voice, I just want text message, because once you start getting to videos and photos and then all this crap about storing and like you get yourself into danger. I just want to create something where you've got a phone with you, you send a text message, the person that gets it knows that it's you, and they know that no one is ever going to listen. Ever. That's the goal, right? No one is ever going to listen to that. They can't listen. No government can break it. It's just PGP communication, SSL. Same as TLS, right? Similar thing. You know, so the main thing is like we want the two phones to be together to exchange numbers. You can't exchange numbers or contacts, I guess, without having the phones together. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. But I guess the main thing is to develop the core secure OS component. So what do we have? We need a hardware. We need hardware, right? So the hardware, we need a development board. Development board. I should make this bigger, right? Can I make the font bigger? I'm gonna zoom in. View zoom. Zoom in. Shift command dot. Okay, here we go. So anyone that hasn't seen it, actually I should also open the Twitch channel here. What we got here? All right. Let's go to create a dashboard and go to content. Is it content? No, Stream Manager. I keep going to that one. Stream Manager. There we go. All right. We got the notes, high level notes. See, that's the thing. Like all these note tools, like, yeah, we need a hardware development board. So this is the development. We need also, right, so this is the hardware development board, hardware. Let's see, what else do we need? Hardware. We need the development board. We need a screen, touch screen, TFT. It's called TFT touchscreen LCD or similar. So we need a development board. We need to, okay, so software tools. Software, we need a project management tool. Tool options, we've got Trello. We've got Shortcut. We've got Jira. No. You don't need Jira. Like it. You don't need Jira. It's too much for a small project like this. Okay, so we need something to manage the project, right? So project management tool, something that will store, we can possibly store files. I like Trello, even though it's owned by Atlassian. I mean, it doesn't matter really, the company, the tool is pretty cool. We can do a search for alternatives. Now I've kind of like looked up development boards already. We'll jump into that shortly. So I actually have the development board here. We can talk about that in a minute, but in the meantime, let's talk about software. We need an IDE. And we know we've got partnered with JetBrains. JetBrains Sea Lion, I think, will be what we're using, right? JetBrains Sea Lion. So I've got, again, if you want a discount on any JetBrains stuff, let me know. I've got a code that you can use. I don't get anything out of it. All I get is just a free license. I don't get any commission from this. So but if you're interested, then jump on. All right, next up. IDE, Sea Lion, we've got compile tools. We'll probably need compile tools. So GCC, because of the development board, look at manufacturer specific tools. We'll do that in a minute. What's next? What else do we have? Shortcut hardware development board. Now, we know what we want to do, right? Develop low-level OS. It's an unbreakable. So hardware development board needs LTE and also needs BLE. And the reason, or NFC, no, we don't need BLE, we need NFC. The reason we want NFC is we want to exchange information, near field communication. Touch TFT LCD or similar. All right. What's next? What's next? I mean, okay, so what do? We want a screen. We want some storage. We've got to figure out some local storage solutions. Now the reason is file systems, very small. File system messages. Now we can't, obviously we have to store them somewhere, right? So we can't store them in memory. We can't store them in flash memory or EEPROM. The reason for that is once you do that, it's limited in number of reads and writes you can do for flash EEPROMs. For SSDs, it's a lot better. You got a lot longer lifetime, and we don't need a big one. We can use a 1 GB SSD max. I mean, for text, for the OS, you probably want the OS itself maybe to some of it to sit in the SSD, but a lot of it will be pretty much on the board, right? So we want the core OS kernel to sit in the board, and the reason for that is we can make sure that it's very difficult for anyone to inject something onto that, right? So you kind of like do a burn-in. You can't get it to run, and then we could have a checksum. Basically, it does the checksum. So if somebody overwrites the OS or tries to do something to the OS and do something different, we could have like some process on the bootloader that does the checksum check. Again, look, for someone to break this, though, you would have to get a completely fake board, I guess you could say. So that's one of the issues with Android, is that, you know, if you open source something, then a bad actor can then write code that will just snoop on all your stuff. Like, there's no way that Android is secure in any way, shape, or form. All right, next up. Ba-ba-da-ba. Okay, so actually gonna aim to do these streams 3 times a week. Okay, so we got develop. Okay, so we got this. We got hardware. We've got software, IDE, compile tools, and deployment. Obviously, we need something to deploy. Compile deployment tools, and I think this would be deployment tools. Something to deploy onto the hardware. Deployment tools, debugging tools. Okay, so that might fit in with the IDE, but I think JetBrains CLion is the only one we're going to use. All right. You know, okay. I wonder, yeah, okay, so I might even do 2 projects. What the hell? I might do 2 projects. I'll do a game the game that I've always wanted to do, plus this. And we could use JetBrains CLion for both, because I want to learn C at the same time, C, C++. I'm not doing any C, C++ projects. One of our clients has actually gone belly up, so this, instead of doing paid work for them, I have a lot more. No, not a lot more. I have a bit more free time to focus on this and my primary client work, which is killing it. So let's keep going. Okay. Now, where do we start? So we've got all these things. We've got little high-level notes, private OS. Let's view a list. We've only got 1 note. So let's look at hardware. Actually, I want to start off with the software solution. Let's look at software, right? So software is view let's see, software, project management solutions. Excuse me. Project management solutions, change location. We are in Mauser, Australia. Yep. All right. Australia, and they have, for Ken Dispatch Media 393, this product ships free. All right. I'll just quickly talk about the hardware here that we've got. We've got a Nordic. This is recommended to me by a good associate of mine, a very good, close, very, very smart gentleman who does a lot of embedded software development. He's actually made his own operating system for a unit, for a commercial production unit, which is I think some of the projects that you've seen, I've been talk about. Now, what we have here is we have a Nordic Semiconductor. It's an NRF radio frequency development kit board, and it's N9161. And what it does have is LTE, NB-IoT, GNS. I don't see NFC stuff on here, which is a concern because let's see, what is NB-IoT, GNSS? Now, if we have LTEM, LTE-M, LTE-M, LTE-M. LTE is type of 3G. Does it have 3GPP? LTE-M. And we will also have NB-IoT. So 3GPP release. Download peak rate 10 megabits. So we don't really care about the speed. So again, this is for IoT devices, ECGSM. So LTM, LTMC, long-term evolution machine type communication, is a type of low power, wide area network radio communication. Now, does that give me a SIM? Okay, so here, this is a concern, because if I wanted to do GMS, if I wanted to do GPS LTE, okay, 1MB, 1MB2. Does this one even let me do? Damn. I was all very excited about this, and then now I'm looking up for this NRF. I don't see how this is going to run on the G5 network. Let's see. Let's have a look at the data sheet. Oh, it doesn't even work. All right, let's have a look at this one here. Products, NRF. Modules. If we do a search, cellular IoT. So it is cellular, right? So we do have cellular coverage. We don't want, where is the development kit board? That's what we want. We don't want the actual products. We want products, wireless technologies, wireless, cellular, okay, IoT. So IoT uses licensed and global infrastructure. So applications, asset tracking, smart monitoring, smart agriculture industry. Now, this was actually recommended to me, but I'm not seeing how I can use this as a cellular operating system. Maybe I can, but asset tracking, audio, education, smart homes, smart remotes, wearables, here we go, low power solutions, HID, gaming VR, low power and AI. I don't want AI, I just want cellular. Okay. Want to add cellular connectivity to your product? We offer them. Okay, so again, it probably is what we want. NB-IoT LTE-M. Now, so we have, let's see, how would we, documentation, NRF, so we've got NRF 90, okay, so the NRF 91 series, this is what we're looking at. We've got all of the docs here, all the docs in RF9161. Compact high performance system in a package with global LTE, M, and NB-IoT. Okay, so we have everything we need here. This is what we want. We also want, if we got bookmarks, we want to bookmark tabs. No, we want bookmarks. That's my imported. No. Favorites. Okay, we've got favorites. Let's create a new one here. New folder. Privados. Privados. And we got new folder. Let's go hardware here, and then software. And we'll just drop this into the hardware develop. We got new folder development board. And RF961. So we've got that. Software, we want to find, okay. I am not going to jump too deeply into this right now, other than to say I've just gone over a few iterations of different types of development boards. If we don't get NFC, fine. We don't get NFC, we can use some other way for communication between the two devices. I can work that out. That's not the core thing here. I want to just build the OS first, right? So I want to use a development board that has some cellular and has a screen and has a way to input data. Now, the other question is, right, if I'm making a CLI, right, for this, how are you going to enter keys? So for now, I'm going to use a secondary input device, or maybe, okay, that's a very, very interesting problem. Is if we're going to have these kind of phones, can we just use a keyboard? I know that not many people are very happy to use a keyboard. And we have the touch screen, and we can put a keyboard on the touch screen with the CLI at the top. The CLI, and then a keyboard for entering data and writing commands. Or we could have we start off with an external keyboard that feeds the stream of input. I guess that kind of means that you could have like a external connection that would allow you to control the phone if you wanted to, once you got in. So we also have like a way to open it, we need a pin. But anyway, I'm kind of going off on tangents on some of the structure around this. And it's always the case that you got this idea and it'll just grow like this tree. All right. So next thing, okay, we've got compatible. Okay, I'm gonna jump off this for now. So we're going to move this NRF9161, and I will grab this Mouser and I'll move this over to here also. So we've got that, and we've got the hardware. We also need a new folder for our touchscreen. All right, so we've got some. We're just forming some structures. So software, right? Software. What are we looking for? We are looking for. What are we looking for? We're looking for a project management tool. Alternatives to Trello. Monday. So. Oh, can you just turn this off? Never. Completely. I've done that a few times and it just keeps coming back. No, it wasn't helpful. I've been burnt so many times. Not helpful. Dislike AI. Not helpful. Dislike. Not helpful. Go away. Stop it. Forbes. Best Trello alternatives. Forbes Business Advisor. Okay, let's have a look. So they got the Monday. Wrike. You know what? I actually use Wrike for another project. I think it's amazing, but it's probably too complex for what I want to do. Integration, Salesforce, Adobe, Miro. I'm not sure what is Miro. Monday. I just need something simple. Airtable starting free. per user per month, billed annually. Free trial, yes, 14 days. Data management and storage, multiple views, pre-built templates. Monday, free. Yes, free trial. User-friendly collaboration, monday.com, Todoist, Planner, Confluence. Look, I could do Notion. You know, I don't know. I've used Basecamp. Multiple views, including tables and calendar, note-taking, and unlimited file uploads. Pros and cons. Let's have a look at pros. Free plan has no support. Storage limits on free plan. Intuitive and beginner friendly. Unlimited blocks per page. Bulk export with each plan. Unique note-taking feature. Best for ease of use. Okay, that's what we want. We want ease of use. Best for Microsoft users. Best for simple project. Due dates, templates, and calendar syncing. Todoist. Pros and cons. Limits to our plans of active project limits. It's free. Paid plans allow active projects. Set due dates with each plan. Add tasks via email. It's pretty cool. Pros and cons. Best for customization. Best for teams. Notion. Best for ease of use. Okay, let's have a look at Notion. It has a free trial, endless free trial. Okay, lacks advanced project management views, which I don't need. Keeping multiple projects can get tedious. 4.4. What about Todoist? What about something simple? I'm not trying to build. Ooh. Bland user interface. Why do they give it? Our rating takes into account product cost, features, ease of use. What is ClickUp? What's ClickUp useful for? ClickUp is good for customization, mind mapping, advanced search, free for unlimited, no free trial, free for unlimited users. Like Trello covers Kanban view, drag and drop, but also if it has unique features such as ability to create custom views. I think the problem with Notion is it's just too customizable. You also get web, desk, and mobile app, application programming, collaboration, real-time link sharing. Many users like its note-taking features compared to Evernote, Confluence. Okay, let's try Notion. I know I actually have Trello for a lot of stuff, so maybe I should just stick with Trello for now. I've got my notes. I've got Trello. I mean, maybe Notion could put them together. Look, let's new folder, project management. Let's consider the project management. Let's consider the difference between Trello. We have Trello. Let's jump into Trello and log in. No, what's my email? Okay. All right. Can't use your phone? All right, let's have a look at the code, Trello code. All right, let me paste it. I wonder if that's bad for security if I put it in the code. Probably not. It's not like, okay, go to my boards. Workspaces. So we got. I think I can get rid of this. Create new board. 5 remaining. I like that. Tile provide OS. workspace. All right, start with a template. One-on-one meeting, agile board template. Agile board template sounds good. Let's turn down this fan. Let's turn down the cooling fan. What's the difference between project management and agile template? Agile board. Let's try agile board. Board title. Wes create. Okay, so basically we've got show more boards. Okay. Done, current sprint in progress. Next up. This is pretty cool. What's this mean? Mark complete. Oh, okay. So I can drop files. I mean, this is pretty cool. I don't need Jira. Pretty easy, as you can see. Free boards, members, workspace settings. I can just. Okay. I'll probably need to delete these somehow. Delete. I'll need. Okay. Marketing ideas, icebox, junk drawer, room for improvement, content ideas, awesome things. Would love to do. I don't know what this is. We don't need this. Okay, this list. Resources. Okay, that's resources. Okay. Would love to do. Awesome things. Wins. Wins. What is that for? What is that? I don't understand. Junk. Difference between would love to do and room for improvement. Let's get rid of would love to do. Improvement items. Items for improvement. Okay, that's just okay, we've got that. Let's jump onto Notion. Notion.so. Okay, so we'll just log in again. We've got Notion. Get this all sorted. Continue. Invalid email address. I do. Okay, we've got another one. Location city inbox. Still waiting. Waiting for code to come in via SMS, email. Still waiting. No, nothing. Come on, what's going on? Why isn't there? It's meant to be an email. No email. Why do they do that? Oh, there we go. Took a while. Not now. Why is it trying to save password? No access to this page. You can access this page if someone approves your request. Now we're back to onboarding. My name, Peter. Oh gosh, what's going on here? But I had Notion set up. No, I didn't. So I guess we'll have to. Great Notion marketing. No, I don't want marketing communications. All right. Work. Okay, we'll do team because we've got engineering, marketing, product design, product management. All right. Product design. Oh, what would you do? Let's go. What are you planning on using Notion for? Product roadmap, product specs, collaborate on docs in OneHub projects, manage projects at finish. Achieve your product goals with your team. All right. Feature requests. Manage feature requests end to end. Sure, why not? Documents Hub. We don't really... Yeah, why not? Let's do it all. Let's give it a go. We don't really... Take me to Notion. Anyone who can join. Okay, cool. We'll start... Continue with free plan instead. Look, let's just try the free plan. Just save the password. Getting started. Click anywhere and just begin typing. Okay. Hit dash to see all the types. Okay, heading. Yep. Okay, that's cool. You can go. You can type stuff in like what is it? We can do lists. We're gonna say we've got a heading. Oh, heading 1. This is a heading. Cool. Hit. Yeah, we done that. We done that. We've done that. Highlight any text and use the menu that pops up to style. Highlight any text. Okay, cool. We've done. You can highlight it, mark it as code. Pretty cool. See the dot button to the left of this checkbox. Okay, so we can move it around. Pretty cool. Yeah, nice. Oh, I'm liking this already. It's got a lot of stuff, right? That you get kind of bogged down. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Click the calendar on your sidebar to manage your time and work together. But this could be like a good all-in-one tool, right? Click the calendar. Where's the calendar on your sidebar? Where's my calendar? Click the calendar in your sidebar. What calendar? What? Getting started. There's no calendar here. Project roadmap. Customize your product roadmap. Category, effort, date, project description. Okay, so this looks like a board of some kind, backlog. Customize product roadmap. Select how you prefer to see your product roadmap by status. Projects, my projects, by team, by quarter, by timeline. Timeline, sure. Let's go. Okay, so this is like Rike, if you've used Rike before. Product specs. Some AI. God damn this AI stuff. Get over it. Okay, so we've got product goals. I don't think I need this. Request, feature request. Yeah, for feature requests, kind of, yeah, assigned to me, high priority issues, yeah, sure. So these are items. So I wonder if these are actually features that are new, say AI-powered search, mobile app redesign, and then we've got feature requests. And then we've got product specs. Specs. Okay, so that's high level stuff. Project. Okay, so what is this? Well, this is large scale. Okay, so we've got. Oh man, this is getting confusing. So what's the difference between projects and product roadmap? Not started, in progress. How do I? I'm getting confused and lost here, right? You got like manage and execute projects from start to finish. So how do you link action items? Like how do you look? Come on, Come on, manage a project by doing action items. Like, how do you link this to say all projects? So this is projects, and this is product roadmap. So what? If I go projects by status. I think this is, yeah, let's just get rid of this one. Move to trash. And documents hub. So these are specs, right? Specifications. Okay, I like that. Product specs then go through, I guess you got the product roadmap that, you get the specs that go into the product roadmap, then you got feature requests, like kind of smaller items, right? And then you got documents. All right, or we could have just something like, you know, current sprint done. It's kind of like weird that that's there. Should be kind of like done there. Current sprint, next up. It's quite a small, look, I'm willing to take the risk of something a little bit more complicated here. Okay, so what's next? What's next? Let's okay, so we've got Notion, we've got our software project management. We've got, let's go with Notion. No, we don't want a document hub here. We could go project management, document hub, and we'll go product roadmap. I'll go rename that. How do we rename it? I got a name. OS HQ. Description. All the stuff for managing the Provide OS project. All right. Update. So I've got a little, in less than 1 hour, we've got a project management tool to help us organize everything we're going to need for this project. And we also have some direction with what we want for the development board. We still need to look at the touchscreen. So we've got feature requests. Let's drag this onto feature. See, this is the first and most important thing, is to create a space that you can manage all your work. That is more important than the actual work, right? So if you've got a business, you've got to manage the work. So we've got an engineering project. There's no sales or marketing here. This is like YouTube channel is kind of like the sales. It's kind of like the marketing channel for it. Just so, you know, anyone can jump on and watch as we grow. You know, you can always look back at the history and see how this project came to life. And you know what? I'm gonna also mention that I'm gonna do a game. You know, because why not? Why not? I don't want to make a AAA title. I want to recreate some cool games from the 1980s that I built just for myself, right? I've always wanted to do it. I've had it in the back of my head to do these kind of like simple RPGs, and I'm going to just do it. I've had enough of umming and ahhing. This is more of just for me to have fun, to recreate stuff that I enjoy. Let's have a look at how OBS is tracking. Okay. This should actually, it's probably, I've been doing all this. I haven't really looked at how I've been showing this on the screen, and it seems like it's likely that I had all the text way too small. So sorry about that. Let's continue on. All right. Project management, and we'll go to Notion. We'll go home, getting started. Okay, so we've got this. Let's have a look. Highlight LNK's name and ask AI. No, I just get off with this AI. Go away. I don't need AI to tell me what to do. It's not that I don't like it. I've just been burnt by it, and I find it just distracting. I need to think through things before and consider them before asking something to kind of like slop it for me. Click templates in your sidebar to get started with pre-built pages. So Oh, okay. So we don't need this. We've already got our team spaces. We've got all this stuff. Ultimate goal tracker, vision board, and life goals. All right. Life goals. Life goals. Get laid. If you haven't got laid yet, you do that first before trying to take on an operating system project like this. Next up, what are we looking at here? We don't need the marketplace. All right, so we've got project management tools. Let's see. Let's go. We've got company, mission, and product. Let's go. Product, mission. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this product. Category. Yeah, strategic doc. Open. Let's open the document. Product mission. So what we want is background, analysis, recommendations, context, objectives, and scope of the document. No, research findings. Okay, analysis. People are sick of phones that suck up their time, distract from what's important, and are inherently insecure. So, recommendation to create a mobile phone that is used for plain, secure communication with loved ones. Plain, safe, and secure communication. So, we're not again. I don't know. I've got a camera for photos. I like to use cameras. Like to use I don't want an all-in-one device that is like a mind pit, I like to call it. I mean, I think I've lost so many days just sitting there. I guess you'd call it doom scrolling, whatever you call it, just sitting there. And I mentioned it in a personal vlog. But I want to build a tool that's just for communication. That's it. You know, for people to send messages. We could do emojis, right? We can do emojis. So, okay. Let's start that. We can do emojis. Emojis. So what we need, resource. So again, we go back to these notes that I had here, and we can just kind of move that over to software. We can move that. Move back to this high-level notes. Actions timeline. So we can develop. Okay, so this is kind of like that product mission implementation, right? Develop a little action timeline. What do we want? We want sort of like we're looking at timeline. We want to do a heading. Timeline. Oh, that is heading 2. Okay, so I guess core. So what do we do? We've got product mission. We don't really care about timeline. We want to write a high-level plan, right? So we've got strategic doc. We've got implement, develop with the tools. So these are the dependencies. Okay, so these are dependencies. Kind of like building out a mind map for how we're doing this. The next thing is to let's get rid of this. And we'll just move them to trash. All right, so we want a high level plan for plan. So we've got. So what do we have here actually? Let's go back. Let's go back to this. We have our product specs, draft, API rate climbing, user authentication flows. So we want started. Let's get rid of these. Delete. Draft and share product specs. So I guess the reason I'm doing this instead of Trello is because I want to be able to, as you know, if we do go and create a larger product and it starts moving, we get momentum, then having this set of tools already present just gives us the ability to manage a team, manage the project on a larger scale. So Documents Hub, high level plan. What is it? It is what is it, proposal? Oh yeah, planning. We don't, customer research proposal. Yeah, why not? Let's leave this planning. Category planning. Why is it taking so long here? It's open. Open sesame. Okay, strategic doc, open. That's not a good sign. It's just sitting there. Well, there you go. Can we reload this? Does it do anything? Or is it sitting there loading? Okay. Enter to continue with an empty page, or click or pick a template. New doc. Jeez. Well, that's not good. I might have to drop Notion after all. I mean, look at this nonsense. What is this? New template. Template, Document Hub. You're adding templates to Document Hub. Repeat every day. What? Discard. Oh gosh. So like, this is the other thing, right? What does this do? New doc. Or pick a template. A new doc template. I don't know. This thing's like not happy. It's a new template. Actually, no, I don't want a template. Let's go. Let's start writing. I want a heading, text, heading 1. It's high level tasks, right? So we want to write. So what is this? What is this? Let's say we need to actually summary, introduction. We need to set up a plan of attack for developing the OS by discussing and identifying various aspects of various categories of project development. Then setting the target goals and doing that and defining the tasks. Okay, so we've got the product mission. We know that we've got a product mission that we've got like these things. We've got hardware development board. We've got this stuff. So first thing is, I guess, in this high level plan was we have investigation, right? So we've got items, to-do list, numbered list, to-do list. So need to create a set of things at the highest level for developing this, right? So this is kind of like a draft project plan just to get ideas. So let's go project plan, right? Draft project plan. So we've got like a numbered list, right? We've got investigation, development board, set up. So we set up and test, IDE testing with deployment. So we want IDE testing deployment. So we basically want to deploy something. We want to get some basic stuff built. Development board set up and test. We want the touch screen set up and test. We want IDE testing with deployment. So these are high things, and then create a plan to move forward. I guess in an OS we want to define the components, define core components in the OS. All right, so define core components in the OS. Next one, I guess, once we've got the core components, is like we want to just break down into subtasks. Okay. So this is the investigation part, right? So everything starts off with like an investigation. You kind of get the information, absorb it, and then start to build a project plan around that. We want to do some tests. We want to just get the thing in, touch the screen, make sure we could do something with it. We can actually have some cellular communication, some stuff that just does stuff that we think that will be relevant to the project. And then we start breaking down the core final tasks that we want to put together. All right, so we've got like create breakdown into subtasks, and then we've got like define core components of OS, sort of estimate time of development, create, and then create to move forward. So by create plan to move forward, we have our large project. Define large project plan with subtasks. Right, so we take the core components of the OS. Right, we break it down as to what we think we need, and then we'll actually build tasks for all of those components that we define. So this is more like, so we do the investigation, and then what we do is we go create plan to move forward, define large project plan with subtasks. So kind of like we've got subtasks for hardware dev, subtasks for for software dev. Okay, so as we're moving forward, we have our project management tool now. We've got this set up. We've got some semblance of an idea of how to move forward. We've got our hardware board that we want to build, that we want to get. So we don't need this. We've decided on what we're going to use for software development. We've got the board that we want to order. So I'm going to order the board next. That's the next step. We don't need Trello. We can close all these. Okay, so we have our NRF9161. So we can dive into this and do some kind of investigation as to what it is. So we want a development board, set up and test, right? From that, I guess we want to have like the output of that, right? We want to have an idea of how to write code which can be deployed to no, actually we want a development board set up and test. We want to validate that we can use this dev board for development, right? So this is the board that we want to use. Next one, touchscreen set up and test. We want to validate that we can use the touchscreen for what we need for our requirements. Test, we want to, I guess, define clear requirements, and then here we want to define clear requirements. So I think we've already done this. So I'm just writing that because that's what I want to do, but I'm going to put it in writing what the requirements are, and they will be in the product specs. So the investigation plan is kind of like product spec, will feed into the product specs, and then create plan, which will go into the product roadmap. All right, define large project plan with subtasks, subtasks for hardware dev, subtasks for software dev. We know exactly what we need. We've got a product mission. Okay, so going back to the product mission, people are sick of phones that suck up their time, distract from what's important, and are inherently insecure. Like look what Apple had to do with their communication, with their secure platform for iMessage. Was it iMessage? No, iMessage for cloud data. So we want to make it also available. Analysis. We want to make the source code available to the world so anyone can deploy. So we want all the steps to be available. We want all open source. Anybody can at some point pick up this project and then deploy it. So it's similar, I guess you could say, to the principles around Linux. The only difference here is I really want to make it bare bones. So bare bones that it's just for communications, like an OS that's maybe it'll grow to something else, same way as Linux, but that's the idea, right? You just get some bare bones stuff. All right, guys, I think that's enough for today. Wrapping up the stream. Thanks for dropping by. Good to see you. Really appreciate you taking the time. I've got to go and get on to some other client stuff that I need to do. So again, thanks very much for sticking around, and I will catch you soon. Okay. So let's wrap this up. So next stream will be on Thursday at the same time, 12 to 1 Melbourne time. It's Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, and we'll dive deeper into the development board. We're going to investigate the development board. We've got a high-level plan that we kind of like have an idea of where we're going. Thanks, Euros. I appreciate it. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll catch you guys later.